How do you feel about the recent YouTube videos profiting off of people's r/AskReddit threads and personal experiences? I'll wait and give my answer in this video's comments section. Who's reading this in? CURRENTYEAR. Wow, this is the most leak as I've gotten, thanks. And it is always 8 likes or something like that. Wow, this is the most leak as I've gotten, thanks. I would be fine with them if they did the talking, instead of using the same TDS. I think that's one of my big pet peeves with it. They're all over the same thread, with the same answers, and they all have the same voice. I just wish there was something special to them. That's why I like and support people like Saro TV or the Soathouse crew. They actually give a shoot about their content. Soathouse is freaking gold. Yes, I like those guys. They take the content from Reddit and sometimes other sources, and do something transformative. Saro TV is a voice actor, and his narration gives me reason to watch his videos even though I've seen most of the posts in it. One of these guys actually asked my permission to read my story in his show, so I'm absolutely fine with it. I hope most of these YouTubers do this. Me too. Several of my stories have been published on YouTube. Each time I was asked permission to use them, of which I gave my consent. I do not know if any YouTubers out there used any of my stories without asking me. There are thousands of channels that do this, so unfortunately chances are there have been a bunch. That's nice to know that at least some of them are reasonable. I think the number that does this is closer to dozens. Whoa there, buddy. Not blowing things out of proportion? What's wrong with you? Read it in Skyrim scarred voice. When you realize this will also be on YouTube, insert surprised Pikachu face. There was a video made on this specific thread. Check at the bottom for the link. This YouTuber would really like some support. I hope that you can take the time to watch it. At least it'll be some kind of Inception thing. The YouTuber will have to put in the Inception horn if they show this comment, and that's probably too much effort for them. They'd probably get claimed and copyright strike for it, honestly. Check and mate. Laugh sim viewer. They're geniuses. Minimum effort, maximum profits. Lazy as frick and a pretty shooty thing to do. But I kind of wish I thought of it. They could do the talking, instead of using text-to-speech programs. Yeah, that way it'd actually be more work, and if narrated well could also make it entertaining. I'm surprised no one has published a book ripped from Shower Thoughts as a collection of witty wisdom. I want my cut if you publish this. On my way to get it published as we speak. I want my cut too. Make sure Mike is bigger than the first guy. Mike is huge. Last I heard, everybody is in awe at the size of the fricking lad. Yeah, he was an absolute unit. I feel it's a 20-80 split. The amount of profit and notoriety they get off Reddit posts with such little effort on their part isn't worth the publicity the posters, commenters, site gets. I am now reading every comment in that automated voice. Well, now everyone else's. Not gonna lie, I watch them sometimes, because I prefer the format of them over actually scrolling through the threads on Reddit. But when I actually stop and think about it, the fact that they're making ad revenue off of other people's stories, sometimes very touchy and personal ones, is pretty fricked up. Videos like that take such little effort to make, too, and there's other people who work their asses off trying to make decent content. I always feel guilty when I think about that, and I've started trying to avoid those videos as much as I can. I saw one the other day and the story was about child abuse. The YouTuber decided he would donate all the revenue of the video to child charity, which is nice. Yup, is good, because he actually narrates it well and comments in the content he's reading through. Not just going through the entire post and thread with text-to-speech, but did he actually do it? You can say I'm gonna donate this to X and then never do it. He's already profiting off other people's tragedy. I want to see evidence that he at least tried to do the right thing. Annoying, because you watch one 4BG noise, and suddenly your recommendations are flooded with a dozen clones of the same thing. Saro TV at least does voices and has comedic timing. Every single one of those AskReddit channels uses the same posh British robot voice. It's so lazy. Saro TV and Soathouse are the two that come to mind for me that actually make these videos unique. The rest are pitiful TDS cash grabs. Don't forget Marshall Doe stuff. It's pretty lame. It's been going on for a while with other platforms. BuzzFeed comes to mind. Reddit has a lot of really good concentrated content. I think this falls under Murphy's Law. Because someone can steal Reddit's content, someone will steal Reddit's content. Quick, somebody do a spy v spy gif of Reddit v user thief. I just asked this question last night and got 2 upvotes and 5 comments. Feels Bidman. Capital F? Capital F, capital F, it's okay, comrade. As an animator that puts over 100 hours of labor in a cartoon, I hate them. I wouldn't mind it if they weren't amazing, especially when it comes to the ones that feel very personal, and B, if they didn't just use a text-to-speech robot. Like if you're actually gonna profit off it, put the fricking effort in. It's no big deal. A local radio station here pulls AskReddit questions and answers off the website and talks about them, as if they were called in, and don't give any credit to Reddit. That's probably more of an issue. I hate that. It's utterly ridiculous. And not just that, just people profiting off of other people's things in general. I bet if this thread gets big enough, someone will make a video on it. Honestly, I'm not asking, or specifically wanting, this post to blow up, but I think that it would be funny if it did. It seems that the top few posts of each day seem to be the ones that people steal, and I honestly wonder if people would have the balls to steal this question. It will be on BuzzFeed before we know it. Top 10 reasons Redditors are sick of their content being stolen. Reason number 1. Turns out people want permission for the use of their content. Surprised Pikachu. It's a bit uncool in light of me putting thousands of hours in my channel and not earning a dime. When those videos perhaps take 10 minutes to make and getting them a shoot ton of money. Copyright is a strange thing. It's literally just a text-to-speech voice reading off posts word for word. The most lazy, leechy form of content there is. This may be a somewhat unpopular opinion, but YouTubers are always going to run out of content to create, so of course they are going to look for other sources. Reddit is a somewhat anonymous social app, and people are putting out their stories and experiences that they might not want to share if you could put a name to a face. I'm sure most people wouldn't share all these embarrassing memories if they knew that people that know them in real life might read it. Yes, it does suck that people are taking their stories and profiting. But why did you post in the first place? For karma? For attention? To feel special? To get anonymous approval from online strangers? This probably sounds hypocritical of me posting my opinion, but it is my honest opinion. Do whatever you like with it. I think you bring up a valid point. We're all posting on here for various reasons and enjoy the relative anonymity. However, the issue I find is that we chose to share our story with a specific community of people. I find that to be very different from someone sharing another person's story with an entirely separate community without asking the permission of the initial party. And while we profit theoretically with attention, upvotes, whatever you'd like to call it, oftentimes they're profiting monetarily. We chose to share our story with a specific community of people. The entire internet? Reddit is huge. I view anything posted on Reddit as being irrevocably out there in public view. Honestly, I'm not sure it's reasonable to view cross-posting a Reddit post to YouTube as an invasion of privacy. If something is already public, does making it public X2 really affect anything? This is a funny thing to me because of how much of Reddit itself is built on other people's content. How many people have a problem with news articles getting copied or abridged in the comments here, just so someone doesn't have to click and give revenue to the actual news site? We have subreddits like Black, White People Twitter swiping content from other social networks. The ability to upload videos here has been used to upload Facebook, YouTube videos rather than link the original, and few people care. I've been downvoted for pointing that out even. But wow, it sucks when it happens to you, I guess. Example: I don't support it. I accidentally clicked on one of these videos and now my recommendations are plagued with them. Delete it from your watched history. The entire YouTube monetization thing is insane. That being said, I'm not going to take time to generate content in this way. So if someone wants to scour the internet and repost things for as profit, then why shouldn't they be able to? BuzzFeed does it. All these clickbait things do it. And I'd argue that a majority of sites have a decent amount of borrowed content that generates a revenue. If I make a video and someone steals it, that's different. I don't know why people watch those, instead of just reading the original thread. Since watching a video takes more time, they skip some good comments, and don't add anything new. Still, pretty smart way to make money with little effort. I listen to the stories while in the car. Can't scroll through threads and don't really care too much. I didn't intend to make any money out of sharing my nonsense to Reddit, and from the moment I hit send, say it with me now, it's free real estate. I watch the occasional one. Yes, I think it is cheap of them, but I am lazy and don't always want to keep scrolling until I find something I am interested in. When they compile it all and read it to me, I mostly watch things on petty revenge though. I haven't heard of them, but in general YouTube has a ton of popular, yet stolen, misleading content. I think users need to be smarter and more discerning, not just on YouTube, about what they click and consume. The algorithms are designed to reward engagement, so deny engagement to channels and videos unworthy. Honestly, they're all the same channels, unless it's actual people with character and fun behind their personality. I say they're cool, but if they're the same old robotic text ones, they're a bit dull and repetitive.